Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And today's video is a special one. I am gonna teach you how to make life an absolute terror for the enemies when you play Blitzcrank. You've all faced it once, right? You've all faced a Blitzcrank player once that you just felt like he was cheating. Like he kept hooking your buffs, he kept hooking your carries, he kept just ganking every single lane. You could never kill him. How does he do that? Right? Like, and when you give it a try, you're gonna go 0-9 on Blitzcrank. You know what I mean? You're never gonna hook enemies. You're never really rotating properly. How? How do you do that? In today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you are gonna be an absolute nightmare on Blitzcrank. First of all, very importantly, it starts with the build. Your first item is always going to be a Winter's Approach. The way I like to build this is I start with a Tear of Goddess, then I go for Ionian Boots of Lucidity. You can also go for Armor Boots or Mercury Sweats, but in the current update, these boots got nerfed, so Ionian Boots are going to hold a little bit more value. And then the Iceborne Gauntlet. The reason I like to go Iceborne Gauntlet is first of all the slow, secondly the armor, third of all the ability haste. That's actually the main reason. 30 additional ability haste. This item gives you 15, this gives you 30, this gives you 30 as well. You're gonna have a huge amount of ability haste. After that, it's situational. Frozen Heart against a lot of attack damage, like to slow their attack speeds. Force of Nature against a lot of magic resist. Zeke's Convergence exclusively if you have a good ADC. Like let's say your Tristana ADC is doing a very good job in the game, then you can go for a Zeke's Convergence. And then as your fourth item, basically your last item as a support, you go for Amaranth Twin Guard. Abyssal Mask is also good against magic damage, if you want to have more damage. Like you can go Force of Nature for more tankiness. Abyssal Mask is going to give you less tankiness against magic damage, but more damage. You'll have more damage. So if your team is lacking damage, you can go for Abyssal Mask. You could also go for the Ishtali Seajar build. I really don't like it. I find this item so bad, so I don't want to recommend it. Protector's Vow is good if the enemies have assassins. If you want to protect your backline, you can go Protector's Vow as well. All of this is playable. So for the runes, you go for Glacial Augment. I found the Glacial Augment to be a bit better than the Aftershock because you hook someone and they're going to do less damage and they're going to be slowed. So Aftershock makes you tankier, sure, but I feel like you don't really need it. You already get, because you are, it's like double. You already get a shield from the this item. What is it? From the Winter's Approach. When you hook the enemies, you're already gonna get a shield from the upgraded Winter's Approach, which is the Fimbul Winter. So that's why I feel like you don't need this rune right here, the Aftershock. It's much better to go for the Glacial Augment. Here you go for the Resolve 3, Courage of the Colossus. Every time you hook enemies and stuff like that, you're gonna get a shield. Very, very powerful. Second Wind, just so you don't get demolished in lane. Overgrowth for the late game, of course. And then lastly, but most beautifully, is of course the Transcendence. You can also go for Pathfinder, which is also very, very good to roam around more. Both are good. Like, both are good. And for the spells, of course, you go Ignite and Flash. Who the hell plays Heal on Blitz? So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. So, how the hell do you play the obnoxious Blitzcrank, right? Like, how are you the Blitzcrank everyone just hates to play against? First of all, you need to know where the enemy jungler is. You do this by warding. I actually hooked this. I already forced a flash. He was so scared, he literally instantly flashed away. He didn't want to take any damage. So right here, I'm going to guess that their jungler is going to start red. So I can roam around just to check where the hell he is. If he started the red, that would be like already an easy hook for me. I'm instantly hooking it because like I was like, is he really starting red? Is he not starting red? He didn't seem to start red, so I just went right back. It's fine, like doing this is fine. You're not always going to be able to get the enemy red, because now sometimes people start at the blue, or they start at the wolves, or the stones, or whatever the hell they're called. So now I go back to my bot lane. I'm saying bot lane, but I mean dragon lane. Level 1 Blitzcrank, pretty useless. Of course you can hook enemies, but like after the initial laning phase, after the initial beginning, you need to wait for level 2. Because then, of course, hook and knock up. You can easily force flashes with this combo. And of course, this is pretty much the whole way to play Blitzcrank, right? You hook enemies, you knock them up. First of all, though, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you give it a like. Really supports the channel like always. If you want to do that, make sure you give it a like. And I'm doing a skin giveaway. All you have to do to enter the skin giveaway, giving away 3 skins, is by putting down a comment under the video. So I'm just trying to get a hook right here. And by the way, a little trick that I have for you is the enemies are obviously going to try to dodge hooks behind the minions. So you can, like, if your ADC is almost taking a minion, you can shoot your hook at the minion right before the minion dies, and then the minion will die, your hook goes through the minion, and then you'll really surprise the enemies, because they won't think you're gonna hook like that, because there is a minion. So like it can go right through the minion, you can hook enemies. I've hooked many people like this before, because they will just never see it coming. Right here as well. Yeah, I couldn't hook him. Like, he was just gonna dodge it. Another little trick you can do with Blitzcrank, and this is, you know, how to be obnoxious. Like, this one is extremely important. Open your ears and listen to me, because I'm gonna reveal some Blitzcrank secrets for you guys right here. So Blitzcrank's second ability has 2 charges, right? It makes you faster, etc, etc. How can you utilize this properly? Because sometimes it can be hard to hook the enemy, right? Basically, you can walk up to the enemy with your second ability. They're not gonna run in a straight line. They're gonna try to dodge your hook, right? They're gonna go left and right, left and right, left and right. You are not gonna hook. You're gonna use your second ability again. They're gonna dodge left, right, left, right, left, right. And then after that, you're gonna be right next to them. You knock them up with your third ability. Right before the knock-up lands, you're gonna hook them in as well. I could have flashed. Yeah, I flash comboed my hook right there. But I'm gonna die. Yep. This was before the Janna rework, by the way. I played this game like a week ago or something like that. You can also bait it in a different way. You can literally just stand still close to them. Just move around a little bit. Enemies are constantly gonna try to dodge the hook. You're not gonna hook up until like after like 5 seconds. At that point, they're not gonna see it coming anymore. They're not gonna be able to dodge it effectively anymore. And you can easily hook them. It's like how human psychology works. They'll always think you're gonna hook them in the first couple seconds. I don't know why, but that's how humans work. They're always going to think you're going to hook them fast. So they're always going to be trying to dodge it, like walking left, right, left, right. But after 5 seconds or so, they're not going to try to actively dodge as much anymore. They're going to be like, whatever. And that's the moment you are going to hook them. You're going to play mind games with them. And they're going to get so tilted because they just don't get how you're able to hit everything. I mean, right here, look at that disgusting little combo that I did on him. You don't need to hook. If you get close to them, you can knock them up, then you can hook, and then you can even silence them. There's many combos you can do. By the way, can we get an F in the comments for the old Janna? You guys can still enjoy the old Janna in this video. Right here, of course, another way you can easily hit hooks, which is by letting your teammates CC the enemy. And then, of course, you follow it up with the hook. So, like, if Lux hits a root, for me, of course, it's an easy hook. Trying to do a little flash combo right here, but the minions are body blocking. And I like to go... Synchronization error? What the hell is that? I like to go to all different kinds of lanes. I also gank, like, I gank every lane. I gank the Baron lane as well when I play Blitzcrank. Like, you, especially if you have a strong Baron laner that can follow up on ganks. For example, Darius, because Darius can hook, can slow. For example, Renekton, he can stun. For example, Camille, she can ult. It's very good to gank that lane because, of course, you can get a hook in and then your Baron laner can follow up very well. Ornn is a little bit hard because Ornn doesn't have that much damage. So ganking on Ornn is a bit of a meh. Of course, I still can, but it's not going to be as effective as like another champion, you know what I mean? Oh, that was a close one. Another thing, you should not be afraid to miss your hook too often. As you can see, like, I don't have that high of a hook rate. Reason being is I'm literally just hooking whenever it's available. Because, like, if you constantly wait for the perfect hook, you're probably going to end up hitting less hooks than if you would have just kept hooking on like, literally on ability cooldown. Because the hook cooldown is going to be super low and you want to abuse that. Just keep hooking them. Literally keep hooking them. Keep raining terror onto them. Don't wait too much. Like, of course, I told you guys to wait. Remember when I told you guys about that? About, like, baiting the enemy? Of course, you can wait like that. But what I'm saying is, in the laning phase, don't wait for too long. Just hook. Just hook them. Yeah, he went back. Okay. I want to say, though, this game... Normally, I bully the enemy jungler a lot more in the early game. This game, I haven't really bullied the enemy jungler too much. He's been quite lucky. But normally, I like to invade a lot. I tried to do it early on in the game, but I couldn't find the enemy jungler. You can also do it later in the game. You can literally just hook them in their jungle. Nice. Ezreal doing a good job. hook them, or you can hook the red buff away, the blue buff away, stuff like that. It's so funny. I'm looking for a gank in bot lane now, as you can see. I want to gank this Renekton. Like, look, I'm pinging that I'm coming. I have my flash as well. Oh, that's a gank. That's a kill. Flash hook, boom, boom, boom. Silence, boom, easy kill. Just like that. You see, I came out of nowhere. You can, of course, combo your flash with your hook. The way you do it is you hook, and you need to flash very fast. You need to be instant. Like, you need to insta-flash, and you're going to be able to flash hook like that. And that was an easy kill on the Renekton, you see? So, like, you want to be everywhere. You literally don't want to give them a break in any lane. You want to be everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Flash? Ah, it's a little awkward, the flash. What can I say? It's a little bit of an awkward ability. Ooh, the Zed is ganking. I silenced him so to save my Ornn. Very nice, he's alive. Oh, let's go. He actually made it out alive, that's huge. And the Lux with a beautiful gank. I can get Winter's Approach right here. I should get it, because it gives me mana. Knock up. Hook. Get the Winter's Approach. Gives me a ton of mana. I can use my abilities again. Yeah, we should go back. By the way, I believe this is like the number 3 Lux on the server, so you're gonna see some cool plays from him, I think, in the later stages of the game. Also, always Protobelt on Blitzcrank allows you to make even crazier plays, because of course you can Protobelt. You can Protobelt and hook, Protobelt third ability, you can do everything. There's so many crazy combos you can do on Blitzcrank. The most important thing I would say is you should be completely unpredictable when you play Blitzcrank. You really need to be an unpredictable player, because of course you're a hooking champion. You always need to be unpredictable, because if you're predictable, they're simply gonna dodge your hooks. So like you need to put yourself in the enemy's shoes. What do they expect you to do? And you do the opposite, basically. You do the opposite. You literally do the opposite. So like, don't do the obvious. Like, so many Blitzcrank players, they're always in the front line trying to hook people. But like, try to flash hook their backline. Try to hook people over the wall, like this. You see, try to do things like this. This is what's actually gonna give you kills. This is what's actually gonna kill enemies when you play Blitzcrank. Rather than always being in the same place, always being in the front line. Like, look, right here, I'm going in the middle of them. Boom, you see? I'm not afraid. I go into the bushes. Like, look, under the turret as well. I'm fine. And we get the kills. This is all set up by me. Oh my god, what was that? It's kind of unnecessary, but hey, we got the kill. That's what it's all about. Oh, okay, I want to replay that one. Let me just replay that one. Do you guys see the play right here? I want you guys to understand why this was such a good hook. Look at where I'm aiming. I'm aiming on the Z shadow. Look. I hooked him before he went back to his shadow, because I simply knew he would go back there. I completely predicted him going back to his shadow. That's a little thing you can do against Zed. You can kind of predict when the Zed will go back to certain shadows. So you can hook the shadow beforehand, and when he goes to it, you'll instantly hook him. Just like that. He's gonna be very confused, because of course you're completely outplaying him. Also, Blitzcrank can take wards. Basic attack, third ability, basic attack. Your third ability resets basic attacks, so you by yourself can take wards. I'm probably dead. I can try running away with that second ability. Boom, boom. To cover the maximum distance, use your second ability, wait for it to charge all the way up to like 95%, and then you use the second charge. That's like right now, you see? And then you can run maximum distance with it. And you'll be able to run to safety. Very important. Don't instantly use it. The Winter's Approach, or Fimble Winter I should say, is just so valuable. Also, during a teamfight, make sure you spam the hell out of your third ability. In the late game, every 3 seconds you're gonna have it. Look at how this guy... What am I even doing? I killed the Janna? No. She would have been dead, but she had an ultimate. Damn it. So close. I was all over the place. I was using my Hextech Flash. I forgot to talk about Hextech Flash during the build part. I actually run Hextech Flash. That's the one that I forgot to tell you guys about. Hextech, it also got buffed, by the way, the Hextech Flash. It's better than in this gameplay, because it charges up faster and it has a longer duration. So you go Hextech Flash on Blitzcrank for sure. It's very good. I still have 2 items from Ornn to get. Look, I want to be annoying again. I could even look for their blue buff, maybe. Let's see, what am I gonna do? Oh. Even if you miss the hook, like, your third ability itself is so... Like, look at how every 3 seconds I'm knocking them up. Every 3 seconds. Oh god. He's gonna go back to his shadow probably, so I'm not chasing him. Yep. Every 3 seconds you have a knockup. Let's see what I'm doing. I can go fast. Ooh, I thought he went the right way. The right side. But you can see my hook is on a 7-second cooldown. So I'm literally just spamming my hook. Of course, one time I'm gonna hit it and then we get a free kill. You know what I mean? Like, just use it. Right here, I'm not using it because it's a 0% hit rate. So, like, it's fine if you miss it. It's totally fine in the late game. Just use it. You're gonna have it up so often, it's like fine. And even without your hook, you provide... like, right here, silence... I had to flash out because I was taking a little too much damage. I hooked right there thinking that Zed could possibly go back in his shadow. If he went back, of course, that would have been a kill. Yet again, just use it. Like, this is a really good example because, of course, I'm not playing perfect, right? But, like, I'm showcasing how you need to play Blitzcrank. Just use the hook. Like, literally just use it. And then when you hit it, you get a kill. You increase your chances so much by doing it like this. So, like, right here, I have another hook. I can try to go for Janna. Boom, boom. Look, oh, close. I wanted to knock her up with third ability, but she actually tornadoed me, which was the reason that little combo that I told you guys about. He's rooted, so I follow it up. Silence. Ah, I got out of my silence. But like you see, very easy to hit your hook, of course, when the enemy is stunned or rooted or something like that. Let's go back, yeah. We're actually pretty strong. We have 2 dragons, which is very good. Iceborne Gauntlet next, by the way. My first ability will be on like a 6.5-second cooldown. It's disgusting. Look, Hextech Flash. Oh, it's so hard to hook with the Hextech Flash. I do want to say that though. She's obviously tornadoing like that in the bush. Ah, what? Oh, I thought I stole it. Never mind, I didn't steal it. No, no, no. Right here, yet again, hook. We're looking for a hook. He's right here, which is a free hook. Boom, boom, boom. But I need to run. Of course, you want to hook their backline. You know? Oh, there we go. Oh, he's dead already. Another little trick, by the way. Let me tell you another little trick what makes Blitzcrank extremely, extremely viable. A lot of people think the only purpose of Blitzcrank, right there before easy hook, but a lot of people think the only purpose of Blitzcrank is, you know, to hook the enemy. Flash? Yeah. To hook the enemy. Right? Like you want to hook them and free kill. No. Blitzcrank is one of the strongest anti-engaging champions in the game, if you didn't know. But you may be wondering, how the hell is a champion that the whole purpose of hooking is one of the strongest anti-engaging champions? Let me tell you. Let's say the enemy Renekton goes in. He wants to stun my backline. I can simply cancel it with my third ability. I can knock him up. I can then hook him in. I can then silence him. He is going to be CC'd for like 4 seconds. And he cannot use anything. He'll try to order Riven. Let's say Riven wants to go on your backline. You're going to knock her up. You're going to hook her away. You're going to silence her. She ain't going on your backline. You know what I mean? So like that's another thing. Ah, there we go. Boom, boom. Silence, easy, peasy, kill. The enemy is not going to be allowed to go on your backline. Another little trick, by the way. If the enemy has Edge of Night or Banshee's Veil or a Veil, you can proc it with your Proto Belt. So you can simply proc it with your Proto Belt. Oh, beautiful hook. And she's just dead. She's literally just dead. But you can proc it with Proto Belt. So like the Zed has the Edge of Night. You could see it earlier on. I proc his Edge of Night with the Proto Belt. Then I can knock him up with my third ability. Or I can hook him in. So that's a little bit of a trick to play around the Banshee's View and around the Edge of Night. You can just proc it with your Proto Belt. It's a little broken, but you can of course abuse it. It's an in-game mechanic, so you're not doing anything wrong. Probably gonna look for a hook again. Oh, I knocked him up. And again, I predicted him going into the shadow, which is hopefully gonna result in a kill. It is actually not. But I've played this Zed so hard. I don't want to hook a Renekton into my Ezreal. I could have hooked him, but I purposely chose to not hook him. Because he would have stunned my Ezreal. I would have griefed the Ezreal so hard. Right here, of course, I'm looking for a hook. Also, Warmog, I don't know. I don't really like Warmog that much on Blitzcrank. It is definitely playable, but like, meh, I don't really like it too much. Look at the cooldown of my third ability. It's 2 seconds, by the way. 2 seconds. Do you know how crazy that is? A 2-second cooldown on that third ability. I can spam my knockup on... I can spam... He stole it. Let's go. Let's go. He stole the Baron, baby. Come on, flash to him. Ah, never mind. But he's gonna be dead. Look, I'm just gonna knock him up, hook, and then I would have silenced him as well. You don't need to try to land your hook all the time. If you can just get close to them, get close, knock them up. Trust me, it's a game changer when you do that. I can flash hook him if I really want to. No, why did I not flash hook? Come on. Okay, he's dead anyways. I would have killed him anyways, but like I could have just flash hooked him. Would have been faster. That should be game over though. 14 seconds. Ah, never mind. They can probably defend. Can they though? We're like 18 minutes into the game. We can just end it together. Zed is not here. Yeah, I think we can end before they respawn. I'm gonna try to do a funny combo. Yeah, we won. So, let's take a look at how much damage I did and everything like that. I hope this game changed your perspective on Blitzcrank a little bit. I didn't show you guys like a crazy game where I got like 20 kills or everything. I just showed you an average game. But I played Blitzcrank in a whole different way than your average Blitzcrank, right? And this, I always play Blitz like this, by the way. You can watch my older Blitzcrank videos as well. They're going to be very good for you. You just have to play Blitzcrank completely different than what you think. He's not just a hooking champion. So I hope that I change your perspective on Blitzcrank. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next Wild Rift video.